Okay, we're looking at our lighting kit here, and we're going to start assembling the kit. And the first thing we're going to do, have another look at the PCB. Now the PCB, as we said earlier, there's two different sides. We've got the track side here, where we can see the tracks, and we can see these solder pads. These solder pads have been tinned, coated in solder, ready for us to solder onto. On the other side, we've got a component side which has screen printing on it, and the screen printing actually shows you the silhouettes of the components that we're going to fit. Now the components we're going to fit are the resistor and the switch. So we can see there the resistor, and that's actually the electronic symbol for a resistor, and if you can see there it says R1, and then there's SW1, switch 1. So here's the switch we looked at earlier. The switch has got some legs to allow it to mount onto the PCB. It's a PCB mounting switch, and we've got the LED. So we're going to take the LED, and the first thing we do, resistor. We're going to take the resistor, and the first thing we do with the resistor is we bend the legs at 90 degrees, like that. Then we can take the PCB, and if we look at the two mounting holes there, either side of the symbol, and then what we do is we pull and push the resistor down until it's absolutely flush and onto the circuit board there. Then we pull the legs out at about 30 degrees. We can then turn the PCB over, push down, and get our soldering iron. Our soldering iron, I'm going to clean the tip and add a little bit of solder to the tip, and then we put the tip of the soldering iron onto the pad and just add a little bit of solder, not too much. Push the tip onto the pad and add the solder. Now you've got to be careful here not to overheat these circuit boards, or the tracks can start to delaminate and come off. Now you can see that's pretty reasonable solder in there. We've got slightly too much there, but that's great, that one. And then what we can do is take our side cutters here. The side cutters go right up to the edge there and just clip the legs off the component. And the soldered resistor should look like that. Okay, so that's fitting the resistor. The next component we're going to fit is the switch. Now the switch, again, we've got SW1 here, and which is switch 1, and we push the switch, and as with the resistor, you've got to make sure that this component is flush right down onto the circuit board, and that just gives us the legs of the component pushing through those pads. Again, just push it down there, and we can put that there, get our soldering iron, clean the tip, tin the tip, hold it onto the pad and add solder. So just add a bit more solder there. Tricky, that one. You'll find that with the switch, because it's a larger component, it needs more heating of the, actually has to hold it onto the component slightly to get it to get the legs to heat through. You can see I'm having a bit of trouble there. That's it. That's what it should look like. Okay, so I'll just go and do those other legs. Be careful as well not to bridge the tracks. Now bridging the tracks is where you actually make a little solder bridge across. That's it. Now if you look at that, you can see those solder pads. Now we don't really have to clip that off. We could just use the clippers if there's any excess solder. But you can see there that the solder pads are quite distinct, and there is no bridging any solder where we don't want it to solder. So now we've got our switch mounted onto our printed circuit board, and we've got our resistor, and we're ready to add the power lead and the lead for the LED, or we've got the option of mounting the LED onto the circuit board. So there it is. That's the fitting the switch and the resistor.